What's going on, guys? This is James Allen. I am recording this on Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. In the last half a dozen episodes or so, I've been talking about vProgs and why I personally believe they will revolutionize the blockchain industry. I've even talked about the proof economy that they will dawn upon us, creating an infrastructure for legitimacy. And, I think a lot of people get the fact that I'm a big fan of verifiable programs, but that doesn't mean that I think smart contracts are obsolete. I still believe in the use case of smart contracts. I do not think vProgs will replace them. In fact, I want to dedicate this episode for developers and entrepreneurs to let them discern when they should use smart contracts and when they should use vProgs instead. Basically, knowing which tool is right for the job. That's what this episode is for. Smart contract versus vProgs. Which one should you use? And I believe the best way to start this is by explaining what both are, right? And then we could get into when should an entrepreneur or developer employ a vProg or smart contract. So let's start by defining them, right? I think that's pretty straightforward. That's a nice way to start. So what is a smart contract? A smart contract is a piece of code that lives on a blockchain, right? It can store data and execute arbitrary logic. When I say the word arbitrary logic, I mean you could use smart contract to pretty much execute any kind of code you want, right? I'm going to say this one more time. When I say a smart contract can execute arbitrary logic, I mean, you could write up a smart contract to do whatever the hell you want as a developer, right? And it could also store data. It could persist state, right? So smart contracts are stateful and they could perform arbitrary logic. They typically use the account model, which was popularized by Ethereum, and is basically a way for your application to perform computation on chain. All right, now let's look at vProgs. vProgs stands for verifiable programs, right? And what vProgs are, they're basically pieces of code attached to UTXO transactions that basically ensures that the conditions required to spend them are met. UTXO stands for unspent transaction output. So you could see vProgs as programmable locks on coins, right? So until the vProg verify whatever proof that the application sends it, the transaction will not happen, right? So again, a good analogy of viewing vProgs, a good analogy for vProgs is to view them as programmable locks for transactions, right? Once the vProg validate the proof, the transaction can happen. So when should you use one over the other? Well, the heuristic I use for this question is rather simple. Whenever you want execution to be done on chain, you use smart contracts. Again, whenever you want programming execution to be done on chain, you use smart contracts. However, whenever the priority is to validate something before a transaction is complete, you should use vProgs. Again, when the priority is to validate and enforce the output of a transaction, you should probably use vProgs. vProgs are not something you should use when you want computation to be done on chain. Now, let me give you a few use cases as to when you would want programming execution to be done on chain. There are instances such as an escrow system or an order book fill or royalty agreement where a program executes itself once the preconditions are satisfied, right? A good example of that is an escrow system. Once the two parties put up the money, or one party put up an asset and the other party put up the money, the smart contract executes and swap the assets, right? So you want that code to live on chain and you want execution to be done on chain so that no human greed or corruption or error can tamper with that. You could imagine royalty agreements would be a good example of that as well. So if an artist signs with a record label and there are certain preconditions in terms of like how many album sales must be done in order to gain this amount of royalties. All these are preconditions, right? You could deploy that as a smart contract on a blockchain so that no one could ever tamper with it. And once these preconditions are satisfied, the smart contract automatically executes. So you have to see smart contracts as a form of autonomous software. Again, smart contract is ushering an era of autonomous software upon us, and that will only grow, right? Software will become more autonomous and more sophisticated in their autonomy. So that's the smart contract path. As opposed to vProgs, vProgs is when you want to validate something before you want a transaction to be completed on chain, right? So you want to validate proof of ownership, proof of credentials, proof of legitimacy. Whenever you want to validate something before you enforce a transaction, you should use vProgs, because at that point, it's not necessarily about doing computation on chain, right? Or not relying on humans for this programming execution to be done, which in this case, you would use autonomous software, smart contract. In the case of vProg, the priority is really validating legitimacy, validating some proof of some kind. And once that proof is validated, the transaction can be successful and the output can be unlocked. And again, this is why I said you should use vProgs as programmable locks on a transaction. And to drive this point home, I'm going to read a little excerpt from a blog, the blog version of this video, because I did write a blog about when should a developer use a smart contract versus a vProg. And I think in this article, I articulate the use cases pretty well. So let me record my screen and read to you this little excerpt from my blog. Highly recommend you read the full thing. I'll leave a link in the description. So here we go. Now that we've defined both models, we can get to the core question: when should you use each? The heuristic I use to answer this is simple. When you need application logic to be executed on chain, use smart contracts. When all you care about is validating a transaction and enforcing its outcome, use vProgs. There are moments when it is essential for your application to execute on chain. Any use case when code must automatically run on certain preconditions are met call for a smart contract. In fact, the term smart contract itself implies exactly this context. Real-world scenarios such as escrow system, order book fills, lending protocols, and royalty agreements all fall into this category. These are cases where you want logic to execute deterministically on chain as soon as conditions are satisfied, removing reliance on potentially corruptible human elements like greed or error. There are moments, however, when your goal is simply to validate a transaction and enforce its outcome once it is complete. These are the use cases that call for vProgs. When computation does not need to happen on-chain, and in most cases it doesn't, the priority becomes validation. Whenever validation is the priority, vProgs are the right tool for the job. Much like smart contracts, the name itself reveals the context. vProgs, or verifiable programs, are designed specifically for validation-centric use cases. Both smart contracts and vProgs have a very bright future. It's not about choosing one over the other, but knowing which tool to use for the job. While smart contracts are ushering an era of autonomous software, vProgs are laying the foundation for the legitimacy infrastructure the world will need in an age of AI and deep fakes. Web3 entrepreneurs and developers have no choice but to master both. So yeah, that's my little article where I cover smart contract versus vProgs. Definitely think you should check it out. In fact, I am pretty much putting my reputation on the future success of vProgs. That's how confident I am that sooner or later the industry as a whole will discover the gem that verifiable programs are and will start implementing them in their blockchain execution, whether it's an enterprise or a startup. I just think we're a little bit early, but worry not. Give it 2, 3, 4 years. I do think vProgs will inevitably be discovered one proof at a time. And, it's only a matter of time till it's mainstream. However, smart contracts won't go away because while smart contracts are dawning upon us an age of autonomous software, vProgs will be the foundation for the legitimacy infrastructure the future will need. Now, I've gotten some private comments and messages about Jerry Banfield making a video on Casper. I believe he was dissing the protocol, and he told me to come back to ICP and start making videos on Internet Computer. I haven't watched that video yet. I've been really busy with work, but I'm going to watch it when my schedule clears up and give a response to Jerry. Shout out to Jerry, by the way. I owe him one. He looked out for me when, I was devastated last year. I took a very serious hard blow last year, and for some reason Jerry just shouted me out and gave me some encouragement at that moment. So I never forgot that. In any case, my misfits, that's all I have for you in this episode. You know what to do. Don't forget to press that like button and support me on Patreon. I will see you next time.